Meanwhile, while you're distracted, they're slipping all kinds of stuff into the ingredients items of the things that you buy on a regular basis, including a bunch of companies that are adding bugs. Yeah, insect protein, got a list of what you need to stay away from regarding that. Yeah, you know the canned food stuff that you got with some meat in it, some chicken? What if I told you they're 3D printing the meat? It's not even real. How about the neurotoxin they're throwing in the stuff that you use in over 11,000 products? And we've all seen the adorable duck with the stuff that nearly everyone has in their house. It wouldn't have cancer-causing ingredients, would it? And how about some areas demanding that this particular synthetic compound has to be added to the foods, linked to irreversible nerve damage, other ailments, long-term issues? I'll tell you more about that. And check this out. What if you heard that even a half a can a day of something fizzy that you drink could dramatically raise the risk of deadly liver disease? Then you've got viral videos like this with people walking into Aldi saying the entire store is full of fake synthetic stuff. Sadly, tons of people are finding out that this is true. You see if you can. After you get this information, you go try to find something that's actually real. Got a lot of crazy stuff that affects you in a big way and stuff you probably want to know before you visit the next big box grocery store or whatever. Important information coming right up. Hey guys, my name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. And if you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most important, news and awareness that affects you, be sure to start this video off with a like, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date, and let's begin. Okay, so welcome back. All right, I always get sent a plethora of stuff that I know you guys all want to know about because it affects you. So before we get started, be sure you hit the like button if you guys appreciate news and awareness, stuff that affects you. Tell me something interesting down in the comments that maybe I haven't even brought up yet, or why you're interested in this type of stuff, because today I got some juicy stuff that you are gonna want to know about. Real quick, special thanks to our wellness company that essentially allows us to put our foot down for and support something that we believe in. American made, non-toxic ingredients, and supporting a family-owned business so that we can minimize the funding to what I'm about to talk about. You guys have not explored our store with nearly 500 items, all consumer goods that you buy on a regular basis. American made, family owned. Did I mention that? Yeah, a company that's against all of this. Stuff that you can get right to your doorstep and not have to worry about looking at the ingredients. Top-notch quality, and they've got the option, if you just want to order one thing, fine. But if you want to save and get discounts and extra perks, you can become a member, and it's really, really worth it. Our family changed out a lot of the stuff that we bought 3 years ago, and Lord, I wish we would have done it a lot earlier. So check it out if you haven't checked it out. No salespeople, just people like you and I. That's right, other people that are shopping at the same store. They're just here to help you get your account set up if you find it's a good fit, because this is by referral only. You can't just go shop whenever you want. And might I add, this is not the only option. You can read labels, you can do your own research, you can support local small businesses. You might have to do a little bit more legwork or a lot more investigation, but as long as you're taking one of those options and not supporting what I'm about to talk about, you're headed down the right trail. Now I've got a plethora of stuff to show you. This first one I want to show you, I mean, it's getting so bad, and tell me if you guys agree. Bioengineered ingredients, for example. Synthetic ingredients, for example. It's fake stuff. GMO, genetically modified organisms. Try to find anything in your grocery store that doesn't have it now. We know what to get, and we keep things very, very clean. We've got a list of stuff that we only buy. A lot of the snacks, beef sticks, non-hormone, non-antibiotic meat, we get from our own store, but they don't sell everything. Check this lady out. She says she goes into Aldi, cannot find one thing that is actually 100% real anymore. It's true, folks. Tell me if you guys have went in and if you could find anything without bioengineered ingredients. And I've done crazy videos on this before with a lot more information on bioengineered ingredients. Here's the scary part is it's a loophole. They don't have to tell you what they're doing. They don't have to explain anything. And you can imagine all the things that they could fit under this line item called bioengineered ingredients. Put a little bit of thought to that. Now, I'm not gonna say all bioengineered ingredients is bad. There's actually some decent forms, and a lot of it has to do with crops not getting certain diseases and stuff like that. But for the most part, the grocery store and these huge companies don't have your best interest in mind. They put profit over people. Guaranteed. And here's the other crazy thing. Ingredients, for example. Some ingredients now have a bad reputation, just the general term of an ingredient. Kind of like sugar. You look at an apple, right? It's got a sugar content, but it's natural. But on a label, it would just say sugar. You gotta pay a little bit of attention to added sugar, but you're not really gonna know the difference of cane sugar or whether it came from high fructose corn syrup. This is how they're getting shady on ingredients, is because the way and the law and the form to fit how you do an ingredients label legally, they've made it a way so that they can get away with not giving you enough information to be making really, really good choices. So like I said, that comes down to like extensive amounts of research and knowing what you're looking at. Take canned food, for example. I'm getting all kinds of reports now that they're 3D printing the chicken. Yeah, that means it's not real chicken. They're making it in a lab. They're making it in vats. Look up a chicken vat. It's not anything that you're really gonna wanna eat. And hang tight, because I'm gonna tell you more about the bugs in your food that you probably don't know about. But check this out. Campbell's Soup, right? We all know who that is. The VP, Martin Bally, was secretly recorded trash talking his own company, saying that their chicken was 3D printed chicken and calling their products food for poor people. Now, I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of canned food stacked away too, but I think it's for the ignorant people anymore because like I said, they want to get rid of farms, they want to get rid of farmers, they want to get rid of the real stuff because it costs too much. They can 3D print fake meat, they can mass produce insects for protein and tell you that you're saving the world for a fraction of the price of paying a farmer for getting the real stuff. Look guys, if you start putting it into perspective of big, powerful corporate people, they have jobs to make the companies more money and they're gonna do whatever it takes or they're gonna get replaced. So when this information got out, it says that they fired him immediately. This little news clip says, "I'm sorry, but you don't fire someone that fast unless they've said something that you really don't want the public digging into. We're supposed to be trusting this company with our family's food while their own executives are mocking customers and bragging about fake chicken." Absolutely not. It says, if you're feeding your kids Campbell's, just know that people at the top apparently think that you're poor and don't deserve real chicken. It says, keep your pantry clean and your eyes wide open because the food industry is showing you exactly what they think of you. This is the type of stuff that you need to share and get it out to more folks because you know it's getting crazy when you have to pay extra for real food because the rest is so-called poison. I mean, what are people saying? It makes me sick, literally. This person says, me too. I can't handle it. This person says some kind of lab-grown meat. It's a business. So how do you feel about these companies saying that you're poor for buying the fake stuff, probably while they're laughing, eating up the nice good old steaks for themselves? And if that's not all, did you hear about this? Titanium dioxide, a neurotoxin infiltrating over 11,000 products. Check it out. This is a doctor and he tells you what he thinks.
Let's talk about it. Titanium dioxide. What is titanium dioxide? It's one of the most common additives in food, in the pharmaceutical industry, and substances. It's used to whiten, brighten, and enhance the appearance of products, from chewing gum to candies to vitamins to toothpaste to sunscreen. Caution, here's what you should know.
Pay attention, get your notepads out for this one.
Caution, here's what you should know. It's classified as a possible human carcinogen. 2, titanium dioxide nanoparticles. Yep, it's often used in very, very fine powder nanoparticles, less than 100 nanometers. It potentially can cross the blood-brain barrier. Number 3, it can disrupt the gut microbiome. Number 4, it promotes intestinal inflammation and even leaky gut. Number 5, potentially genotoxic. What do I mean? There are in vitro and in vivo studies that show it can actually damage the DNA. Number 6, it can accumulate in our organs. It's very difficult for our body to detoxify and eliminate titanium dioxide, so you should use great caution. Number 7, titanium dioxide is actually banned as a food additive in Europe. Number 8, it may impair immune function. It can overstimulate an immune response. Not good. Number 9, it often is hidden in quote unquote healthy products. You need to read the labels, especially the labels that say other ingredients, such as multivitamins, protein powders, chewable tablets, chewing gum, probiotics, toothpaste, sunscreens, and even some products listed as organic. It is often listed as simply color additive or the letters and numbers E171. Always read the labels. Number 10, much safer alternatives exist, such as using rice powder, beetroot extract, calcium carbonate. For sunscreen, use non-nano zinc oxide. This is a much safer option than titanium dioxide.
Can you guys see why I'm promoting a safe, healthy alternative? It's wild that it lowers your immune system, right? Almost like they want to keep us sick. That way we need some more antibiotics, right? Now I've told you guys about old Donnie Duck dish soap. I even clicked on the link. It got taken down. Must have been onto something there, right? But anyway, if you guys haven't heard about it, many people are trying to expose cancerous ingredients. Make sure you read the labels. Don't be fooled by adorable ducks being rescued from oil spills, happily sudsing in the old Donnie Duck dish soap. It's a feel-good gimmick. Now, I think there's some other ingredients in there that are bad. The one that I know about is formaldehyde. I mean, who wants to wash their dishes that you eat from with formaldehyde on a regular basis, right? Now, this video was sent to me. Now, what if they threw drugs in the stuff that you ate and made it mandatory that it needed to go in there, along with a bunch of other crazy stuff? Check this out.
In December 2026, the UK government will mandate the addition of a synthetic chemical to your flour, a compound that could accelerate cancer. Now, they call it folic acid. Sounds healthy, right? But folic acid isn't natural. It's synthetic. It's made in a lab. It's not found in nature. And soon it's going to be in every loaf, pizza base and pastry you eat, even the organic ones. This isn't a vitamin program. It's mass medication without consent. They say it's to prevent birth defects, but in reality, this policy forces everyone to consume a synthetic compound that can cause serious harm to vulnerable groups. It removes individual choice and it exposes millions to unnecessary risks. So why is it so dangerous? Well, because folic acid isn't harmless. It's a biochemical agent that promotes rapid cell division and growth. Now, that's useful in pregnancy and deficiency, but in cancer, where cells divide uncontrollably, it can fuel tumour growth and undermine treatment. Even the NHS warns that people with cancer should avoid folic acid unless prescribed. Yet, under this policy, there'll be no choice. People with heart stents, kidney disease, B12 deficiency and folic acid allergies are all also at risk, but they're going to be forced to consume it daily through the food system. And synthetic folic acid can mask vitamin B12 deficiency, leading to irreversible nerve damage that can go undetected for years. Is anybody even going to be warned about any of this? I hadn't heard about it. I mean, flours and everything, breads, cakes, sauces, pastas, pastries. Avoiding it's going to be almost impossible. So when the government says the benefits outweigh the risks, ask yourself, whose risks? Whose consent? Are the benefits even significant? According to the government themselves, at best, this will help avoid around 200 neural tube defects each year. And that's only 20% of the annual UK total. It's so vague, isn't it? Will help around. It's like a guesstimate. Is this really the best solution, targeting the whole population instead of just pregnant women? Yes, I said women. Public health should never mean sacrificing one group to protect another. This is forced medication through food. If they can mandate folic acid, what's next? Today it's a vitamin, tomorrow something else, all justified for the public benefit, for the greater good. When government control replaces informed choice, your body becomes the testing ground for pharmaceutical agendas. This isn't about nutrition, it's about precedent. Once medication is delivered through food, where treatment becomes mandatory, your autonomy disappears. Ask yourself, if they can drug your daily bread, what can't they do next?
Right? And guess who's paying for it? you, the taxpayers. It's like you're funding your own demise. Now hang tight, I've still got to give you the list of who's slipping in insects and bugs into your stuff, but I found this very interesting. It says just one can of, say, Diet Coke or Sprite a day could dramatically raise risk of deadly liver disease. This comes from Newsbreak. And remember, guys, I'm just talking about what's going on out there. I'm not a doctor. As far as the legitimacy of any of this, do your own research. Now, let me read this. I think that this is really interesting. I can't say it's true because you never know what is, but definitely something to put in the back of your mind and doing a little bit of extra research on. Drinking at least one fizzy drink per day, diet or full fat, could dramatically raise the risk of developing a deadly liver disease concerning research today suggested. Known medically as metabolic dysfunction associated, they call it MASLD. So look it up. The condition is not linked to heavy drinking, the more commonly known cause for liver problems, right? Instead, the MASLD occurs when excess fat builds up inside the liver, and it's said to be on the rise in the UK. And if it's on the rise in the UK, you can bet it's on the rise in the US. Now, it's interesting because the Chinese researchers are the ones that's discovering this. Just 250 milliliters of fizzy drinks per day, less than one can, was enough to raise the risk of MASLD up by 60%. That's kind of a big number, folks. The scientists who analyzed the diets of more than 123,000 British adults, that's a lot of test subjects to get some pretty darn good data, found that those who guzzled sugar-sweetened drinks like Coca-Cola had 50% increased likelihood of developing the condition. By comparison, low or non-sugar sweetened drinks such as Diet Coke or Sprite Zero Sugar raise the risk of MASLD by 60%. Now, to me, immediately I'm thinking, yeah, sugar's not good, especially the garbage sugar that they put in stuff, right? Now, if you're gonna have like a fresh pineapple that just grew on a tree, I think our bodies were intended to have that type of sugar versus the high fructose corn syrup, the garbage synthetic lab-made sugars, and whatever the heck, I know there's a handful of them out there, whatever they put in these zero drinks to make it so sweet, like you think there's sugar, all that stuff is fake. Do you think we're supposed to be getting that stuff that's made in a lab? I imagine you'd want to stick with like a stevia or a monk fruit or at least a whole cane sugar, like, right? You just got to be careful out there with all the fake garbage. I don't think our bodies are made for the fake stuff. It says experts today are finding and suggesting diet alternatives could be more harmful to liver health than thought, and urged health officials to reconsider their whole role in healthy diets. You don't say. Anyway, this gastroenterology researcher at the hospital of Soochow University in Soochow said sugar-sweetened beverages have long been under scrutiny while their diet alternatives are often seen as the healthier choice. I don't think that kind of stuff maybe ever was true. I personally think it was a marketing ploy in order to get you fake stuff made in a lab, which is cheaper than buying the real stuff. Put it together. It's all about money, profit over people. It says both, however, are widely consumed and their effects on liver health have not been well understood. They're saying that our study shows that low or non-sugar sweetened drinks were actually linked to higher risk of MASLD, even at modest intake levels such as a single can per day. I think it's because, you don't understand half of the stuff on that ingredients label, right? There's hardly anything natural. I would just stick to stuff that's real, folks. They say the safest approach is to limit both sugar sweetened and artificial sweetened drinks. What I've been saying for a long time. Sugar is not your friend, and fake sugar is probably even worse. It says water remains the best choice as it removes metabolic burden and prevents fat accumulation in the liver whilst hydrating the body. Of course, water's the ticket. It's not a lot of fun, but this day and age, you can't play it any safer. That reminds me, in this video right here, I tell you something that you need to know about water before you start switching over to water big time. Put a link in the description down below for that video and a video card at the end of this video so you guys get educated on some of the water facts that I came up with. So anyway, questionnaires went out to the people 24 hours after they tracked their beverage consumption. Over a follow-up of 10 years, they discovered 1,178 participants developed MASLD and 108 did not make it from liver-related causes. Anyway, the story goes on. I think you guys have got the gist of this. Stick to reputable places on buying your stuff that's got good reputations, outfits that are out for a really good reputation before they get sold out and bought out by these huge corporations that utilize and infiltrate their good reputation before they go switch all the ingredients out. And that's exactly what happens. Now, on to the bugs. Not good. 5 companies feeding us insects. This post right here is circulating like a frantic fury viral post. Now, I've done this in the past and I've gotten my videos removed. Yeah, wonder why. Probably because there's trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars on the line. Insects contain chitin, a cancer-causing chemical. Do your research on that, validate it. You're gonna get a lot of mixed reviews, I can tell you right now. Humans aren't built to benefit from eating insects. Don't buy into the nonsense that they're healthy for you. They want us sick and humiliated, right? If they're so great for you, let the rich people eat them, right? The very ones, the 1% pushing this on the 99%, they won't even go near it. Anyway, you guys can see right here, this is the list that's circulating at the moment. Barilla pasta, plant protein. They're saying it's plant protein, but it's cricket flour. Oh my gosh. Beyond Meat. You should know better, right? Plant-based meat. Wrong. Pea protein isolate. It's mealworm larva. How are they getting away with saying that this stuff's plant-based when they're throwing insects in it? How about this one? Red Bull. I know a lot of you've heard of that. Energy drink, right? Red dye, which comes from crushed female cochineal. It's a bug. Number 4, Ferrero, which is Nutella, right? I used to love it. Now that I know so much about Nutella, I don't even touch the stuff, and that's sad. It's really sad. I miss it. I do, but I'm not gonna go there. Black Soldier, mineral enrichments coming from fly larvae. And then they're saying PepsiCo, Lay's chips, naturally flavored, right? Grasshopper extract. Tell me what you guys are thinking down in the comments, please. Let me know. Does this just not blow your mind? It definitely doesn't surprise me anymore, but like, holy moly, it never stops. Why it's more and more important for you to vote with your dollars, whether you switch to our wellness company where we've got great options, or you support local farmers and know how they're sourcing their stuff. You know about ingredients, support family-owned businesses. That's the little bit that we can do right now. Otherwise, it's a big animal that's hard to tame. The one thing I will continue to do is to bring you awareness. I'll keep feeding you guys value when it comes to needing to know what you need to know by going out there and facing the world, whether it's big box stores, pharmaceuticals, grocery shopping, all of it. The little thing that you guys can do is share these videos out, get more people informed. Like and comment also helps get the videos out to more folks. Say hi in the comments, make sure you're still subscribed. They're known to take a few people off the list from time to time. Got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.